Hello, whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And this is a bit of a celebratory rambling because, well, Whivie, my blog, Whivie stands for Whisky voor iedereen, which translates into Whiskey really is for everyone. That little blog was launched in October 2009. That means it celebrates its 15th anniversary this year. So, obviously, this needs a celebration. This is cause for a celebration. And those who remember, 5 years ago, we celebrated 10 years of Whisky voor iedereen with this 25 years old Speyside blended malt, which actually contained Glenrothes and Tamdhu and Macallan. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, but for the 15th anniversary, I wanted something else, obviously. And now, those of you who know me quite well know that I have a soft spot for Auchentoshan on the one hand, but that seemed a little bit too much, yeah, let's do something else. On the other hand, I also have a bit of a soft spot for Kalila. And now, when I was selecting casks to celebrate the 15th anniversary of my blog, I came across a couple of cask samples, and one of them was this one, the Kalila 2012, and I tried it, and the die was cast. I knew immediately this is the one I wanted to go with. Now, 15 years of Whisky voor iedereen, 15 years of my blog. It's been quite a trip, because in those 15 years, well, what have we done? Not only have we produced about 550 of these little ramblings on YouTube, but we've also traveled to Scotland 6-7 times now, maybe. The last one was last month. The previous ramblings were about the trip to Speyside. So, been to Scotland quite a few times. I've written a book together with my friends Nick and Ilse, which was published in 2016. Let's not forget that we've tried and posted tasting notes of no less than 8,000 drams. Yeah, because it was not only whiskey, 6,500 were whiskey and the others were something else. Because I also like cognac, Armagnac, port, gin, beer, being Belgian, yeah. But the bulk, of course, is whiskey tasting notes. So those 15 years have been quite a trip, and I must say I am honored that you guys are still watching this, that you guys are still on board, that you're still fans, maybe? I even get recognized in the street, which is, this goes to my head sometimes, I admit. But, and there's another reason to celebrate. It's got nothing to do with whiskey, though. But I got married last week. Yeah, dearly beloved finally succumbed to my advances. She said, well, I didn't want to go over one night of thin ice. And I was like, well, that's 8,500 nights already. Make up your mind. Because Sophie and I have been together for 23 years. And last week we decided, let's make it official. So yeah, I'm in a very celebratory mood. But back to this whiskey, the Kalila 2012, a 12 years old single bourbon cask, and this is bottled at 53.8% ABV, and I was lucky enough to be able to draw 100 bottles, so this is going to be a limited edition of 100 bottles of this celebratory Kalila. Onto the whiskey. As you can see, quite pale, because, well, like I said, it's a single bourbon cask, 53.8% ABV on the nose. That is so clean. This is cleaner than a baby's backside. So clean. There's a bit of vanilla in there, some freshly squeezed lemon juice, quite citrusy, lots of vanilla. The vanilla is getting stronger actually. This is quite sweet, but then after a few moments, I'm now getting those very, very clean and maritime notes, like a soft sea breeze, some seaweed. So a cloudy afternoon on Isla. Quite lovely, quite maritime indeed. Some stockfish in there. And oh, look, the sun's coming out. It's beautiful, beautiful on the palate. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, that's what I'm going to say about a whiskey that I'm bottling myself to celebrate. But nevertheless, you'll find that I always post my veritable notes. No lip service on my blog. But what we get here is the sweetness of the vanilla coming first. The freshly squeezed lemon juice comes first. But then the smokiness develops, making your mouth go all warm and fuzzy inside. Very cozy indeed. And then I get some honey as well. But the salty notes is there as well. The stockfish is there. The the seaweeds are there, and but the peat is, it's a bit of a citrusy peat, not medicinal as such, but quite citrusy and fresh, making this a lovely, clean, flabbergastingly good Kalila, even if I say so myself. On the finish, lovely, lovely finish. Medium long, not overly long, and then again the sweetness is there. The lemon shows itself again, and it's almost, dare I say it, it's almost like a one-trick pony. It's not very complex in any way. It's just very straightforward, clean cut, chiseled. It's I love it. Anyway, long, medium long, not overly long, but it's that peatiness, that smokiness that at the end returns, and it even allows the vanilla to show itself again, and the lemon can just peek around the corner. But it's that smokiness from the peat that really warms the mouth and says, "Sit back, relax, enjoy." Wow, well, this is a very worthy cask that I selected to celebrate the 15th anniversary of my little blog, Whivie, and I hope you celebrate with me. And that, my friends, is all for this Whiskey Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye bye.